Okay, there we go. Now we're live on YouTube. It got hung up there. It was going. I'm like, what's going on with this thing? I got the fabulous Michelle Matheny with me today. Hey,
Hi,
Michelle, how's it
everybody.
going?
Good. How are you?
Great. Does everybody have their coffee or tea? Come on into the cafe. Pull up a chair and hang out with us. Mm.
Oops.
Oh, that happens. Yeah. I made sure I muted my tab on the extra God, if you guys knew the things we have to do, like we got the studio, but to get my name to pop up there when I'm chatting in the chat room, I have to open a separate browser
Mm-hmm.
and open it on my account and then go into the show and then mute it so that when the show starts up and there's a delay, it'll start playing on that tab so you don't hear
Yeah.
that through the microphone. Crazy stuff. Oh, kind of quiet today. People are, I guess, getting used to us moving to Wednesday from Thursday from 2 p.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Charlotte asked what time the show was, and I told her, and so I thought she was going to join us. I made sure she had the link.
Yeah.
She may still pop in here. I also asked Dr. Rose,
Mm-hmm.
but she has a doctor's appointment so she can't make it, but she's going to try to make Saturday and Sunday. So
Good.
Saturday,
Good.
oh, we should mention Saturday is the fifth Saturday of the month. So that means we have an extra one after all three of the Michelle's Mystic Corner episodes have already played. So we're going to do a coffee social like today, but on Saturday, same time, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. And then we have a show on Sunday too. I'll bring up the banners and show you guys a little bit later on. Meanwhile, Drops of Jupiter just came in.
Hi, Drops.
Yes. Universal angelic message would be greatly appreciated. Yes, if you're listening live, just go ahead and put in your specific question. You don't have to ask to get on a list. You don't have to ask, can I get a free reading? Just type in your question and we'll get to it in the order that it appears on our chat here. Put in your specific question. Now, if you don't have a specific question, but you still want us to pull cards for you, you can also ask for a message from the universe or a universal angelic message like Drops put in. So before we get to that, real quick, I'm going to do my card of the day. Look at this, Michelle. I got the Knight of Wands. It,
Nice.
it's the first time in a while now. That's my gold foil deck, which I'm using on the shows. It shuffles so easy because it's PVC material. Yes, it's not cardstock. It bends and flexes and pops right back into place. It's waterproof. It's dirt proof. You can wash it. It's incredible. Um,
Hot Tub Tarot.
yeah, yeah. Knight of Wands, and it's been a while since we got a court card. So court cards can obviously stand in for people, but they can also be situational. So the Knight of Wands is a fiery energy urging you to embrace adventure, take action, and channel your passion into exciting endeavors. The Wands suit in the tarot is fire. It's about passion. So this card suggests a period of movement, change, and forward momentum. I mean, look, he's on a horse, he's moving forward, encouraging you to take calculated risks and pursue your ambitions with enthusiasm. Essentially, the Knight of Wands is a message to unleash your inner flame and embark on
Yes.
daring journeys with confidence. Yes.
And if you have to play the eeny, meeny, miny, mo game, wait,
Mm-hmm.
where'd I go?
Where'd you go?
If you have to play the eeny, meeny, miny, mo game, just look at the direction of the card because he is facing to the
Mm-hmm.
left. Well, I'm looking at the
Our
screen,
left.
so
Yeah.
And there you go.
Yeah,
Go with that
two of the
hand.
knights are facing to the left, which is not always, but generally considered the past. And two are going into the future. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. But the way I normally use that actually is I try not to just pull one card.
Oh yeah.
Minimum three cards. And I'm pulling out cards during a reading and I'm looking for that directional cue. Which direction is the card pointing, or where is the individual in the card looking? um with the Queen of Swords is a good example because she's completely facing to the right, which is the future, and she's
Mm-hmm.
holding her sword, thoughts and ideas, and she's beckoning with her hand out. But that also means that her back is to any cards to the left of it. So I look, is the queen facing these cards, or does she have her back to certain cards? And that gives you a clue. And this nicely brings us right into what I wanted to talk about on today's show. Um, I thought, let's do a mini topic. Even though this is our coffee social, we don't have any planned topics, but we're going to throw things out, here and there. And the reason why I thought about this, and I was hoping that Dr. Rose was going to be here for the show, because this is for Dr. Rose, because she used to read tarot a long time ago, and she does life coaching, and now she does a lot of social media things, and she helps our members with their social media marketing and things like that. But she wants to get back into tarot. So the easy way is, rather than I gotta re-remember all the keywords and everything like that, instead just say what you see in the card.
Yes.
Right, Michelle?
Yes, absolutely.
So that
That's
that directional thing is another clue to what I'm talking about here, where you're looking at what's actually going on. Who has their back to the other person? Who is facing the other person? A couple of the knights, they move with the speed of their element. So air moves the fastest. That's swords. And then comes fire, which we just saw. So that's the Knight of Wands and all the court cards that are wands, and all the wands in general, right? And then water moves the next fastest. So that's cups. And then the slowest is the pentacle, or the earth element, which makes sense, right?
yep.
Earth and rocks and trees and whatever don't move fast. Um, so when you look at, say, the Knight of Pentacles, he almost looks like he's not moving at all.
Yeah.
He is, but it's a slow like trot, and then uh the Knight of Cups, for instance, is moving a little faster trot, and then as we can see in the Knight of Wands, I mean, he's reared up and ready to go. He's gonna start galloping. And then the Knight of Swords is moving super fast. So
Yeah.
so if you have other cards that you've laid down and you've got one of those coming in fast or slower or whatever towards the cards, that's part of the message. Okay. Then there's, what's going on in the card. Now, um, without memorizing all the keywords, take a little sip there. Got to drink your water and your tea or coffee while you're doing shows, because you do a lot of talking and you get dried out. And drops of Jupiter in the chat. We'll get to your question in just a second.
Mhm.
We're gonna let some more people come in and put their questions in while we're having this little chat about how to read cards intuitively, right? It is good, instead of learning 78 keywords or one or two, if it's two keywords per card, that's 156. If you're reading reversals and it's one keyword per card, that's 156. Or I'm trying to do this in my head, 312. Did I do that right in my head? Three 300, over 300 meanings if you
Yeah.
have two
Yeah.
meanings per card and upright and reversal. I mean, wow. But
See, and I don't do it that way. I do it if the card is reversed or upside down.
mhm. Yeah, I don't
It
use
it
reversals.
doesn't really matter because the card is on a spectrum anyway, and
Yeah.
it really depends on the cards around it.
Mhm. That's how I read it. And I still get reverse meanings, but I'm looking at the spectrum of meaning. And
Yes.
in relation to one, the other cars, like you mentioned, and two, the most important thing is actually what's the question being asked? What's going on? You got to relate back to the question, and that'll help you a lot reading intuitively. But where I was going with this is that instead of, yes, you should study the cards, you should learn the common meanings, things like that. But before that, what can speed things up is you learn the numbers 1 through 9 and what those energies mean, and you learn the four suits. Actually,
Hmm.
five suits if you include the major arcana. That's the quintessential or the fifth element, spirit. But the real ones you really got to know is those minor arcana, because there's a lot more minor arcana cards. So learn air and fire and water and earth. Then whatever card comes up, you can, and in this example, the Knight of Wands, we know that Wands is fire, and fire is associated with fiery energy, right? And what's energy? Well, if you have fiery energy, you are healthy. It's talking about vitality. It's also, though, talking about passion and following your passions. And he's galloping off to go do that, right? And there's movement in the card. That's another thing to look for. Is there movement in the card? Yes. The Knight of Wands is setting off to gallop to head towards a destination. And that destination could be a goal or something that he's seeking after. Knights do what? They go on what, Michelle?
Oh, they go on what do you call that? Missions for the king. They go on
Right.
raids, not
Quests.
raids,
Quests.
quests.
They
That's it.
go on quests. Yes. So he's about to go off on quests. There are other things going on in this card. Like, for instance, do you guys notice the three pyramids?
Hmm.
So that could indicate Egypt, but more generally, foreign lands, foreign travel. Often the knights went on quests to foreign lands, right? So this card could
Hmm.
be talking about following your passions, going on a trip, travel, especially to foreign locations. It can talk about foreign languages as well. So you got to look at, what are the details in the card? What is going on? Let's pull another card here.
Okay.
Okay, here you go. Six of Cups. Now, I know from numerology that six is hearth and home, and it's also the return to balance after the chaos of five. It's the most balanced number. And I also know that six is success, having success, right? So knowing the numbers 1 through 9, which is there's only 9 numbers, and uh, the four major um, master numbers 11, 22, 33, and 44. So you only have a few numbers to learn, just like you only have, 4 or 5 elements to understand what they mean. And with just that, you can get through the entire deck. So we know that this is a card of success. It's Six of Cups. We know because it's cups that it's talking about emotions. This card, as far as keywords go, Typically, it's known as the nostalgia card. It harkens back to childhood, right? So you can kind of infer that from the idyllic scene in the image without knowing the keyword, right? Also, the older, possibly male child, I can't tell for sure, is handing this vase of flowers to the younger female child. So, what else is inferred by this? The giving and receiving of gifts. So, depending on what the question is, this shows up. It could indicate that you're going to be contacted by someone from your past, or that in order to achieve the goal or answer the question, you need to contact friends and family, especially from the past. If you're trying to reach a goal and the question's about, career, it's about, let's see here, career, starting a business, things like that, it can be indicating, again, nostalgia, you know, back at this age that these kids are, say 5 to 8, 9, what were you really into? What made your eyes, go big like saucers? What um what really lit you up? And do you still get excited about that particular thing or things today? So you're getting a ton of information by just looking at what you see and saying what you see. Now, if you're sitting with a client and you lay out some cards and you don't know where one or two of them are going, that's another way to get the ball rolling. Show them the card and ask them, what's your gut instinct? What do you feel right away when you see this image? And then start telling them what's going on. Okay, so there's two individuals. One appears to be this age, one appears to be that. One is handing the other person this, blah, blah, blah. Go through all the detail in the card, everything you can see. Well, there's 6 cups. There's a house or building behind them. They're in a garden. And did you notice there's a person with a spear walking behind them here? So you see, they are unaware, they're not paying attention to this guy with the spear, but they're protected, you see. It's the ability in youth to have youthful abandon and not worry about, the dangers of the world, because the older people are taking, your parents, or in this case, I feel like they're in a kind of like a castle area. This is probably a royal guard. Maybe they're, who knows, maybe they're children of wealthy merchants or royalty, and
Mm-hmm.
they're being guarded. And all this information is visual. It's all in the card. You don't have to study books and know keywords and things like that.
It's true.
Yep. So I'm gonna have to tell Dr. Rose to watch this segment because she gave me the idea, and hopefully it'll help her on her journey coming back to,
Yes.
reading again. Um, I see Christine came in. Hi,
Hi,
Christine.
Christine.
Yeah. So you ready, Michelle, to pull some cards to get
Yeah.
a universal angelic message for drops of Jupiter?
Okay.
I
And
just love how she put that.
I do too. And
Mm-hmm.
I am going to use, of course, I don't have my name in the front of it, so it's
Mm.
probably in the deck. I'm going to use Maria G. Moss's Angelic View message cards. So let's
Wow, there you
draw
go.
one of those. Okay, the first thing I have for you is from Archangel Gabriel. You need to know that you are loved and you have angelic support. And Archangel Gabriel is strength of God. I'm going to show you this card.
Mm.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull another card for you. I have the bird card. Now, when it comes to the bird card, it's also about wisdom, not just communication, but it's because it's the owls, it's about wisdom. Owls are very wise. Okay. And when you pair that with the mountain card, you are being told that you have the strength of God, you have Archangel Gabriel helping you overcome any obstacles that you are facing that you might need in order to go out there and start communicating with other people. Really build your own tribe in person. This is more of a person to person card. And so you might need to be teaching somebody something, and therefore you need to start climbing a new hill and don't be afraid to do it. And so that's what I have for you today.
Awesome. I pulled some cards too.
Ooh,
But in the meantime, Christine put a question if you want to start pulling cards. What does Spirit want me to know in relation to my upcoming job career opportunity? I definitely feel something soon. Now, back to drops. I'm getting balance. I'm getting the High Priestess and the Emperor, male and female energy. You need to have a balance. And just the High Priestess herself is a card of balance. You've got the black Boaz and the white Yakim pillars on either side, right? And even the cross on her chest. This is not a Christian cross. This is a solar cross, equal armed, meaning the intersection of the material realm and the spiritual realm, or, you know, humans and God. I mean, there's different ways of looking at that. And she has a connection to the moon here, drops. And I feel she's beckoning you to uh, develop your psychic abilities and intuition. Listen more to your gut instincts on things, but have a plan. The Emperor is four. Remember, we were just talking about incorporating or taking notice of um, the elements and the numbers. So the number four is structure in numerology, and the Emperor is all about that. You need some structure. Lastly, I got the Eight of Swords, and it looks like a bad card initially because you got all these swords. You got this woman bound up and she's blindfolded, and like, oh my God, what is going on here? But the number eight in numerology is actually abundance. It's double four, that structure twice, four twice. Okay. And swords are thoughts and ideas, it's the air element. So the message here drops is that whatever it is you're working on or about to work on, you are overthinking things. She looks like she's trapped. You're trapped by your thoughts. But if you look really close, and here we are back to this topic that we were just talking about, what's actually going on in the card, right, Michelle? So if you look closely, you see that those bonds that are tying her up there, the cloth wrapped around her, it's really loose. All she needs to do is wriggle her way out of that, and then she can pull off her blindfold and she can clearly see her way out from amongst the swords. She's only trapped because she's blindfolded and not seeing the path forward. So that's the message that I got for drops. Yeah,
nice.
the angelic message coming through. What'd you get for Christine?
So for Christine, I got the Queen of Cups. Now with the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups, here's what I am seeing for you. You are this job opportunity is very important to you because it's going to make you feel like you were in control again. Okay. And it is gonna bring you that, oh my goodness, that peace that you need, right? That you're looking for, that contentment, that financial security, that's coming for you. And it is going to make you feel a lot more in control. However, we have the Seven of Cups. So once this job gets there, when you start getting overly emotional or overly frustrated, or overwhelmed, you need to start really paying attention to those feelings because the job opportunity is coming. Um, However, it could cause, like I said, it could cause your emotions to get really overwhelmed. So you need to pay attention and really put stock into each in particular feeling and check those feelings out. Like, okay, I'm feeling this. Why am I feeling this? And figure out what each emotion is coming from, because all your emotions are going to come from something, and then you got to go back to that in particular thing and fix that so that your emotions, your cups don't overflow, and then you start resenting the new job. And so you have to be very careful with your emotions in the new job because you want to stay in this zone. Okay, so that's what I see in relation to your career.
Cool. To tack on to just what you said, I got really great cards too. The central focus card in the center. And by the way, that's how I do it, laying out the 5 cards for a yes/no spread. But it's not, you don't always have to use it as a yes/no. It could just be you want to lay out 5 cards and you've got a couple of cards going towards the past, a couple of cards going towards the future. Sometimes I totally ignore that. Other times I use it. There's no right or wrong to this stuff. So I got the Ace of Wands as the central focus. Yes, big fat yes. Definitely it's coming in. And remember, I said relate back to what is the question. So let me look at the question again. Um, what does Spirit want me to know in relation to my upcoming job career opportunity? This is a great opportunity. It is a go for it card with the Ace of Wands. Now, again, Wands is what? Fire, we know, and passion, like that Knight of Wands card of the day. So it's a clue to be passionate about this and really go for it. Okay. And then I got the 8 of Wands. What did I say in the last reading? 8 is the number in numerology of abundance. This can be very abundant for you. Plus, it can happen really quick. Whenever the eight of wands, these are like arrows flying through the air, and they've done their arc and they're coming down in towards the goal. It's like you're almost there. Things can happen really quickly, especially if, and again, wands, if you follow your passions and you're very passionate about this opportunity. A little information tarot wants you to know, the universe wants you to know: 2 Pentacles, another card of balance. So despite the chaos going on in the background, you see ships being tossed about and all kinds of things in the background here. You need to maintain composure. So that's a little hint from the universe for you in relation to this career opportunity, and telling you that you might need to balance finances and things like that to make it happen. So there you go. Awesome sauce. So if anybody else has a question, just type in your specific question, or you can ask for a message from the universe.
Yep, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So while we're waiting to see if there's any more questions, it's the bottom of the hour. So one thing I want to let everybody know about is on Sunday. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to get it set up before the show on Sunday. So I launched it after the show, and that's our Memorial Day sale. Memorial Day was Monday. We have extended the Memorial Day sale because, for one thing, although I posted it everywhere and sent out an email blast, Michelle, we haven't talked about it on the show yet.
Nope.
And this sale is killer. Basically, lifetime membership is back.
Yay.
There you go. Memorial Day sale, extended lifetime membership. You're also going to receive your professional certification should you want to get certified and go pro. Not only will you have your membership for life in the guild, you will have your professional certification.
Yes.
Yep. In addition, if you're still learning tarot and numerology, my tarot and numerology course is included free. And
Yep.
I posted the link a few minutes back in the chat. It's psychic.cafe/memorial. Or if you go to the website is www.psychic.cafe. It's not a .com or a .net or a .org or a .co, or it's a .cafe. We were lucky enough to get that extension. So
Yes.
www.psychic.cafe. If you go to the website, it'll take you to the hold on a second. I guess I should bring this up while we're talking about. I'll go over here to the website, and when you land on the website psychic.cafe with no extensions, you end up on the community tab with all the posts and everything going on. And the very first one pinned to the top is the lifetime membership. Also in the right hand column, of course, if you're on a phone, it means scrolling down. But if you're on a computer, laptop, the right hand column at the top is also a link. It shows the banner Memorial Day sale extended, and you can click on that and it will take you to the page as well. Or, like I said, open a new tab in your browser, type in psychic.cafe/memorial, and that'll take you right over there. So, what's going on with this? Basically, our Memorial Day blowout sale has been extended. Right now, you can join the Tarot Guild for life. That means no recurring fees. Regularly, it's $78 per year, but you'll be signed up for life. And that alone is a $1,560 value. If you take 78,
Mm-hmm.
let's say if you're an annual, one of our annual members paying $78 a year, which is only the cost of a latte a month, but over 20 years, that's $1,560. And then, as I said, professional certification is included. That's $138. My course, Tarot by the Numbers, is also included free, and that's a $299 value. You only have to make one payment in $99.99. That's right. And you'll get all of the benefits just like our annual members. You can check out the benefits on the guild page, psychic.cafe/guild. And there's bullet points with everything you get: live mentoring, coaching with discussions and Q&As several times a month, your membership certificate, live exclusive workshops, panel discussions, and other trainings. You can join us live on these Zoom calls many, many, many times, 7 to 10 times a month, and get all of your questions answered, get live mentoring, live coaching, and your questions and reading requests get priority. So even if you're not going professional, just as one of our viewers, you can join for life and be able to join us on the Zoom sessions. And your questions, your reading requests will get priority. That is so cool, Michelle. And you
Yeah, it is.
you also get custom pages and an address for your profile. It's free to sign up, register at psychic.cafe. You get a profile and everything. It's just like joining Facebook for free. But we'll give you a custom URL, psychic.cafe/your name. We'll help you with your custom cover images, profile images. I'll do all that in Photoshop for you. I'll work with you to make it, you know, your own. And if you're going professional, I'll help you with tips and tricks, to set up your profile. I guess basically what I'm saying here is you join for life. And if you don't have a website yet and you're going professional, you don't need one. You can use your profile because it's like having your own website. You have your events and your blog posts and everything on that page, and you can put purchase links so people can buy sessions from you, readings, numerology reports, astrology reports, whatever you do. And you'll have your own blog, like I said. You'll have access to create your own groups, host your events. You'll get your professional certification and that certificate. So you'll get your membership certificate and your certification certificate, a listing on our advisors page, and opportunities every month, all month long, to promote you and your business, guest co-host appearances on our shows, interview opportunities, ongoing promotion of your content and business. So when you promote yourself by putting blog posts on your blog, which also appears on the website's main blog with everyone else's, okay, and you can link back to your profile. I'll show you how to do all that, and you'll be able to send them back to your profile where they can purchase readings from you and whatever other services or products that you offer. And I will go out then and promote all the content, those blog posts. Maybe you do videos, um, images, anything you're posting. I can then turn around and post that out on our social media. We post on over 20, like 25 to 30 groups on Facebook. We have Instagram. We have two large X/Twitter. I still hate saying X, but
I know.
we have two large X/Twitter accounts that we post on as well. So we do all this continuing promotion for you. And if you want us to promote something on our shows, just let us know and we'll do that for you. So you can go check out all you get as a member. I think that my favorite thing is that you can join us here on these Zooms and get live mentoring and coaching whenever you want. Get your questions answered about tarot, numerology, going professional, the guild, Psychic Cafe, setting your business up on Psychic Cafe, hosting, becoming a host on the network. Anything you want to ask, you can join us for these live Zoom sessions. And like I said, it's about 7 to 10 a month, depending on if there's fifth Sundays, fifth Saturdays, like there is this month, uh, every Wednesday, every Sunday. So yeah, there's tons and tons of opportunities. You get all of that for life for one payment of $99.99. And you get my course and your professional certification all included. Now, if you're already a member, maybe you're an annual member. I would say if you're an annual member, go and grab the lifetime membership. But if you like being an annual member and you want to get your professional certification, it's half off right now. Just go to the private members group on the website. And instead of $138 per level, it's $69 per level right now.
Yeah. And speaking of levels,
Mm-hmm.
so What you're talking about with levels is when I started and I did the lifetime membership, I got my tarot uh tarot reader certificate. And then I did the next level, which was on sale, and I became the tarot professional. And now, sorry, I was looking at the chat. And now I'm ready to go to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he's talking about, which is poof, tarot.
Well, basically, let's tell everybody about certification. So there's 4 levels in the Tarot Guild. Now, it says Tarot Guild, but all psychic practitioners are invited to join. Numerologists, astrologists, angel practitioner, Lenormand card readers, oracle deck users, psychic mediums, you name it. Okay. And so I often, because I'm so used to it, because we did it for 20 years, I talk in terms of certified tarot reader, certified tarot professional, certified tarot master, certified tarot grandmaster. That's the 4 levels. Now, if you're not a tarot practitioner, we will translate that into what you are. It's very simple. It's just, changing it to, you know, certified professional advisor, certified psychic advisor, or uh, certified master astrologist or numerologist. We just translate it, but basically, there's when you join at the lifetime, if you don't already have your certification, you're getting certified at the certified tarot reader entry level. Certified tarot reader, CTR, you put CTR at the end of your name, Jane Doe/CTR, and you're a certified tarot reader. You go through a process of, answering some questions on a short 22 question quick quiz. Very easy, basic tarot knowledge. We just want to make sure that you didn't just pick up your deck yesterday. I mean, you really, know some tarot. And then we do a reading test. So we get you on a Zoom like this, and you just do a reading for one of our staff members or myself, and then you're certified. Now, obviously, if you don't read tarot cards, we're not going to give you the tarot test.
Darn it.
Yeah. What we'll do is we'll do a test session in whatever modality it is. So if you're a numerologist, you're going to make a numerology chart for us, and then you're going to get on a live Zoom and you're going to explain it to us. If you're an astrologer, you're going to do like a natal chart and explain that and explain what's going. I don't know. I'm not an astrologer. I say that on almost every show. You're gonna tell us, what's going on in the heavens and how that relates, to us. And uh, trust me, we can make an evaluation regardless of what your modality is, because we're not looking for the technical. We're not looking for what deck you're using. We're not looking
Yeah.
for specific spreads if it's card reading. We're not looking at that. We're looking at, was my questions answered? What did I get out of this reading or session, life coaching session, spiritual coaching, psychic mediumship, whatever it is? Did you contact my lost loved ones or whatever, or past folks or what have you, if you're a psychic medium? We can obviously easily evaluate that. And then we think to ourselves, would I go back to this person, this practitioner, for another session? Would I recommend this practitioner to friends and family? That's all the evaluator needs to do. They don't need to know astrology. They don't need to know psychic mediumship or numerology.
Mm-mm.
But most of us on staff do 2 or 3 different modalities, and have had experience with all of them at one point or another, you know. So that's the certification first level. And then the other levels, there's no testing involved. It's experience. Time wise, how much experience have you had as a professional practitioner in that modality, reading tarot cards, doing astrology, numerology, psychic mediumship, clairvoyance, whatever it is that you do? And have you grown in that field? Have you published articles, done videos? Maybe you have a YouTube channel. Maybe you have a podcast. Maybe you've written a book. Maybe you've designed your own deck and got it published. Are you making progress? Another thing is certifications in related modalities. So, since the beginning of the Tarot Guild 21 and a half years ago, we've always recommended that our professional readers get their life coaching certification, because basically what we're doing nowadays is we're doing more life coaching than fortune telling. That's what our clients are looking for here in 2025 and beyond. Actually, the last, couple of decades or so, because of the negativity attached to, say, mental diagnoses and things like that, and going to see a therapist, and not to mention the expense. We've become the inexpensive advisors alternative to that.
Mm-hmm.
So you should have some life coaching skills. I also recommend that you be able to do at least EFT, emotional freedom techniques, very quick and easy to learn. And you can work with your clients to get rid of emotional blocks and other issues. Also, you should learn some NLP, neuro linguistic programming.
Mm-hmm.
You should learn some NLP techniques. So as you're doing your reading, or whatever modality you work in, when something comes up, you can help them take care of any blocks or problems or issues. Hypnosis as well. So if you get your certification in life coaching, that alone shows that you're developing professionally. And so you've gotten your certified tarot reader level. The next level is certified tarot professional. You've worked in the industry, in your field, as a professional for a minimum of 5 years. And in addition to that, you've shown professional growth, writing articles, books, decks, creating decks, getting certifications in other modalities. And it can be any modality, but I always say start with life coaching. So basically, if you've done 5 years, maybe written some articles on Psychic Cafe, and in our blog, and you have got your life coaching certification, let's say, you qualify then for certified tarot professional. That's the one Michelle just got.
Yay.
I say just got, but it was actually many, many months back. Many, many months. The next level is master in your modality. So for tarot readers, it's certified tarot master, but we can create a certificate in any modality, certified master psychic advisor, master spiritual coach, master psychic medium. What does that mean? We're not meaning that you've mastered the modality, down to every little minute detail. Tarot, for instance, is numerology, and a lot of these modalities actually are a lifetime learning experience. You're always learning. You're always adding new techniques and new things. So that's not what we're talking about. Again, we're talking about experience. So 5 years minimum to get the certified tarot professional, or whatever modality you're in. Then 5 more years to become a certified tarot master. And so 10 years minimum. And a lot of people that join the guild have been doing this for 20 or 30 years. You're already qualified. You just have to go through the levels, apply for certification, uh, show your professional growth, and hopefully you have some articles that you wrote 10 years ago, or you taught some students tarot or numerology or something 10, 15, 20 years ago, and you can have them just write something and you can send in, and to show that you've been doing this for that long,
Yeah.
and show additional professional growth beyond certified tarot professional, that 5 years. And let's say you've written some articles and you have your life coaching certification. So, okay, what have you done in the last 5 years? After that, uh, again, more articles, or you finally publish a deck, or written a book, or started a podcast, or a big website, that qualifies too. A YouTube channel, and you can show certificates. And that's about the easiest way, by the way, is you just send in certificates from additional modalities related that are helping you. So maybe for the certified tarot professional level, you get your life coaching certificate, and then over the next 5 years, you get certified in Reiki, or
Yes.
or as an angel practitioner, or a numerologist, or you get certified in hypnotherapy, NLP, um, different types of coaching. Because remember, life coaching is the basic, but there's success coaching, law of attraction coaching. I can give you links to dozens and dozens of different modalities that are really going to enrich your experience, or I should say the client's experience with you.
Hmm.
So you get one, two, three additional certifications in that next 5 years, show your professional development, and apply to become a certified tarot master, or a master in your modality. Then the
And it
final
makes
level.
you feel good. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, the way I would put it is it increases your confidence.
That's what I was looking
Right.
for.
I think that's what you meant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
So
exactly what I was looking for.
even level one, even if you've been reading for a few years or more, and you get your certified tarot reader certificate, uh, do you need to be certified to do any of these modalities, by the way? No,
No.
no. There's one or two or three municipalities, or areas in the world where there's some kind of licensing or certified to be a hypnotherapist, a life coach, a tarot reader, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But that's not necessarily why someone is getting certified. They're not
Mm-mm.
getting certified because they need that certification, or even to have it for their clients to look at. Your clients aren't going to look at your certifications. It's for you. It's mostly for you. Although it does look nice to have them, and I do not have all my certifications up on the wall. It would cover the entire wall, the number of certifications I have. But you don't need them. But it's nice. You go to a psychic fair and you have, you're a member of the Tarot Guild. You're a member of a professionals organization, and certified tarot reader, certified tarot professional, tarot master, or whatever modality you work in. That looks good. That looks good. But the big thing,
Hmm.
every time you see that certificate and you hang it up, hang them up at your booth or whatever, it gives you a little, punch of confidence.
Yeah. Yeah. It really
Uh,
does.
yeah. So the last level is certified tarot grandmaster. Now, overall,
Pamela
the
Steele.
Pamela Steele got hers. In fact, I think I have it. I can pop it up here and show you what the certificates look like. There you go. There's Pam,
Yay, Pamela.
certified tarot grandmaster.
I'm
And
so proud of her.
she got certified October 22nd last year. So that's what our certificates look like. The beautiful background, by the way, is by Ciro Marchetti, the deck creator. Yes. And even our logo in the center bottom there, the Psychic Cafe one, I created it. Thank you very much. But the one in the middle there, I created the whole logo, but the cards in the back are from Chiro's deck, one of Chiro's decks. Yeah. And he graciously allows us to use his images for all of this. So that's what it looks like. And, throughout all the decades, Certified Tarot Grandmaster was always an honorary thing. You know, uh, you know who's going to get Certified Tarot Grandmaster because you already know who they are because they've created several decks, written several books, either or both, taught gazillions of classes. They're very well known people in the industry. Um, we though at the guild we decided to create and we still do honorary certified tarot grandmasters, but there is also earned now where you can earn that even if people don't know who you are, but you've made, and here's the line, and this also goes for certified tarot master. When you're applying for certified tarot master and when you're applying for certified tarot grandmaster, we're looking for, have you made a significant contribution to the field of tarot or whatever field you're in, astrology, numerology, what have you? Have you written the articles, taught the classes, created the decks or podcasts, or written the books and got them published? You need to have made a significant, even if no one knows who you are per se, but you have all your work out there, you can qualify for a certified tarot grandmaster. Again, it's another 5 year. It's a minimum. You've been doing this for 15 years. And in that 15 years, you should have been able to develop significantly. You should have several other certifications in other modalities and or show a significant body of work when you're applying for certified tarot master and especially certified tarot grandmaster.
Yes.
Yes, you should have some huge body of work, a website with, several dozen articles bare minimum, courses that you've taught, decks you've created if you're doing tarot or lenormand or oracle reading, or um you've you've created the decks, you've published the books, you have one or two or three or four books out there, uh generally people probably will know who you are in the field, but don't let that hold you back if you're not like a Mary Greer. You're not a an Amber Stone or Ciro Marchetti. You don't have to be a household name in the field, but
Yeah.
you need to be able to show the body of work.
Right.
And if you can do that, you can apply for certified tarot master after 10 years in the field, certified tarot grandmaster 15, 20 years in the field. So there's the explanation of the whole certification. There used to be other certifying bodies, there aren't anymore. We're the only one. Yes, there are some fly by night websites out there claiming to do certification. But anybody could throw up a website, folks. We've been doing this for 20 years. We have the proof.
Yeah.
Now, there are other organizations, and if you join the organization, within their organization, they have, some of them have certification and so forth. Different ones do it different ways. Some of them don't do the due diligence. They don't do the testing, uh, test sessions, test readings, written tests, the things that we do, the evaluations of their body of work, their materials, having all the certificates sent in, images of the certificates, your books and decks and articles you've written, classes you've taught. We evaluate everything. A lot of these other organizations don't necessarily do that. And there used to be certification tarot certification boards. There was the Canadian one, a German
That's
one,
right.
American one. They've all gone defunct. So we are the only one left really doing real certification.
That's actually how I found the Tarot Guild.
Cool.
I was looking up tarot certification, tarot courses, and the Tarot Guild popped up. This was what, 3, 4 years ago now.
Mhm.
And the Tarot Guild popped up. This was before even the Psychic Cafe was there. And
Yeah, it
I
was the old
became a
website.
member. Yeah. Yep. And I
Yeah.
became a member and
The
got
funny
my
thing is now that
certificate.
we have the new website, we don't have the authority, they call it, in the webosphere that we used to have. So doing a search now, people might not even be finding us.
Oh no.
That is the sad thing, but
Yep.
we needed a new website, and we didn't want to call it the tarotguild.com again. We wanted it to be Psychic Cafe, so we could open it up to all psychic science, and I call them psychic sciences. Open up to all practitioners of any psychic science. That's why we went with Psychic Cafe. But I wanted to just quickly say that the these other bodies used to have like 12 levels, and every level cost you, and ridiculous things, that you had hoops that you had to jump through, things you had to do to get each level, and they didn't even relate to reading the freaking cards.
Right.
So when we
Yeah.
created our certification, we had looked at all of that. We created the Tarot Guild in 2004. This is one of the main reasons, because of the crazy certification or lack thereof, and no professionals organization. All the other organizations, Tabby, we love them. Tarot Association of the British Isle, American Tarot Association, Tarot Guild of Australia. They're really associations, which is different from a professionals organization. So we were a local phenomenon in San Diego, California. We had changed the name of the San Diego Tarot Meetup on meetup.com to the Tarot Guild. And we grew from when it started, when I came on board and took over organizing, there was 53 members. We built it up over 400. And we had regular meetings twice a week. And when we were meeting, we started talking about these things. And that's why we changed the name and why we did the website and everything. The website we actually did, 2010 is when it officially came out. So it was 5 or 6 years when we were just local. And then we decided, we're sitting there in '09 going, there's really no organization for professional readers. There's all these supposed tarot associations and organizations out there, but they're just associations. We need a organization for professionals. So we created the Tarot Guild, and we looked at the other certification things going, systems and websites and organizations going on. And we decided we're doing it differently. We're doing it right. We're going to base our certifications on experience and your ability to do a professional reading or session, depending on your modality.
Right.
Not on all these crazy, write an essay about each of the 78 cards, and uh, draw an image of such and such. It's like, what the hell does that have to do with reading the card? And we decided, no, just 4 levels. You don't need all these different levels. And
Yeah.
no one's going to understand what that is. But certified tarot reader, certified tarot professional, certified tarot master, certified tarot grandmaster, everybody will understand what that means.
Yes.
Yep. So we are coming up on the end of the show. Let's pop in the chat. Um, Dan's been digitally in the chat talking about he's been diligently working on posting daily readings. Yes, I've been seeing them and putting them on TikTok and Flip and YouTube and all these some places I've never seen before. Uh, there was a question from Christine about the reading we did. She's wondering if it's related to my ECE path or martial arts. I am open to new opportunities. However, I always have to feel it out. Okay, so I had the feeling it was a new opportunity, but
Hmm.
still related. And I pulled some cards real quick. I got the Lovers card, and it the Lovers card. People think of romance and relationships first, but in the old days, this card was about choice. So I feel like there's going to be a choice, but it's indicating, what do you really love? That's what you should be going. That's the career path you should be going down, which for you, I think would be the martial arts, right? Nine of Swords. Not knowing anything about the Nine of Swords, what can we tell about this? Remember our earlier conversation about say what you see
Yep.
and know the elements. So swords, that's air, that's thoughts and ideas. There are way too many swords here. So without knowing any of the keywords, I can tell Christine that, okay, you're overthinking this. And then lastly, I got the Knight of Cups. Hey, a different knight. Notice he's going in a different direction than the Knight of
Yes.
Wands. Cups is what? Water. What's water? Emotions and relationships and everything like that. You want to go in, remember the choice. You want to go with what you love and what will be emotionally satisfying for you, Christine. Not just something like, oh, well, I could do that and I could make money at that. No, I think what you really love and what's emotionally satisfying for you is the martial arts. So to answer that second part of the question, that's what it is. Oh, I wanted to mention you can grab a cup of coffee for us, psychic.cafe/coffee. And as we're coming to the end, and I don't know if I see any more questions, maybe one
I
from
do.
Thea,
Yeah.
but let's talk about what's coming up. First of all, there's that special fifth Saturday, this coming Saturday, 3 days from now, on the 31st. We're doing another coffee social. We'll see who can join us. I think Dr. Rose is going to be with us, maybe Pamela Steele, hopefully Charlotte, definitely Michelle and I,
Oh,
right?
yes. Oh, yes.
And then the very next day, we start June, folks, June 1st on a Sunday. And I know for sure that Dr. Rose is joining us then. We're going to be doing a show talking all about guided visualizations with tarot. And of course, that also includes other decks, oracle cards, Lenormand cards, Kipper. I mean, all the different cards out there, angel decks, whatever. Uh, but we're going to be talking about doing guided visualizations. And we're going to do a live guided visualization into the Hermit card on the show. So watch it live or in archive to experience that, right, Michelle?
Yes. It is going to be so amazing. I'm looking forward to it because I myself have issues with
Mm-hmm.
being able to visualize. So this in particular show is going to be so amazing for me. So I really
Right.
encourage you guys to be there.
And I'm going to tell people, even though I call it a guided visualization, don't let that stop you or confuse you or no, I can't visualize. Don't think of it that way. Just all you're going to have to do is close your eyes and listen to the words I'm saying and just pretend.
Hmm.
And trust me, you will get the uh immersion into the guided meditation, even if you're not quote unquote visualizing visually, because there's also auditory, there's touch, smell, taste. You use all the senses in this. So don't let that hang you up. And then a week from today will be another coffee social. Yes, that's right. So the coffee socials, we're not doing a topic. we did one today, but um, if people show up on the Zoom, we'll take their questions first before we go into any topics or anything like that. So coffee social today, coffee social this coming Saturday, the 5th Saturday. And then next week on Wednesday, all of them at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. This is the opportunity for you as one of our members to join us here on the Zoom, on camera, like we're doing. You don't have to, you can do audio only, but on camera with Michelle and I and whoever else is here. And that's the great thing. It's not with a lot of YouTube, it's just one person talking. We try to have a panel. We try to have 3, 4, 5 people up here so you get a whole bunch of information from different points of views and so forth like that. And as I just said earlier, psychic.cafe/coffee if you want to grab us a cup of coffee, if you're enjoying the shows, if you got a good reading, something like that, you want to send us some love, it's our tip jar. You can also send us my mind's blanking here, Michelle, what do they call them?
A super chat?
Super chat. You can send us a
Yes.
super chat now because we have that level of monetization. You can also join us as a host on the network. Now, this is a permanent host. This is different from what I was describing earlier. Remember, Michelle, I was talking about the lifetime membership. And one of the
Yes.
perks is we promote you and you can come on as a guest co-host and also be interviewed. But that's just sporadic. Okay. But if you want to be a regular host on the network, it's $37 a month, very affordable. By the way, you don't have to get your lifetime membership if you're doing the $37 a month. So contact me after the show if you're interested in becoming a host, because then you just pay $37 and you're going to get your membership and your certification and my course. I include everything when you're a host. $37 a month, you know, and you'll be able to join us on all of our shows, except for custom shows, obviously. But you can start your own custom show, like Michelle's Mystic Corner and The Angelic View with Maria and Ginger. We used to have Catherine's show. These were all private shows and are private shows. Yeah. And lastly, again, we're still celebrating 20 years of the Tarot Guild, and there's no better way to help us celebrate than grab that lifetime membership with the free included professional certification and our tarot and numerology course. Psychic.cafe/memorial. I'll put that in the chat again. Memorial. Okay. And then we might have time to do maybe one more reading. Who was after that? Sophia?
Sophia. And she just wanted a general reading.
And Love Yourself First just came in. Namira, hello, I'm here from the Netherlands. Welcome
Oh,
aboard,
hello.
Namira. What was that question from Sophia? Was
So
it
she
general?
asked for a general.
What are you getting?
Well, I actually got the Knight of Swords. That was the first card.
Another night. We love it.
Another knight.
And notice he's
So
moving. Whoever artist did this did it the right way. He's really moving fast.
he is. So there is a thought, an idea that you need to be running with, and you cannot let. So you have a thought, you have an idea, you have a plan. Okay, there's something going on, and you need to start taking action on that. However, there is a bridge that
Mm,
you feel you are going to be burning if you take that action. And I say
mm.
that because if you notice, this card is on this side of him. So you're running away from the bridge. You're afraid of that bridge. But what you need to do is cross that bridge so that you can reach your goal. Okay. So whatever thought it is, oh my goodness.
Yep, something's
Look
ending.
at what he,
Hey,
yep.
wait. Hold your cards where we can see your face smiling, and we can use that.
Yes.
We can use that as our
Thumbprint.
image thumbnail.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I got in relation to that.
Yep.
Something is ending. One door is closing, but another door is opening.
That's what the bridge I think is indicating.
Exactly. It's very
Yes.
similar to that bridge energy. I also got the Queen of Pentacles. That's the mom card to me, the nurturer
Ooh.
card.
Yes.
Yeah, and I feel like Sophia needs to nurture herself and take care of herself, but also she's meant to nurture others.
Yes.
So it's a little clue with, with one door closing, another door opening. I think what that could be is you could start, develop what you're developing now, or if you haven't yet, start a new thing either on the side or as a primary I don't want to say career, but yeah, it could be a career, but I'm thinking thing that you do. There's a word for that, but that I wanted
Like
to,
not like a hobby, but like a
not hobby,
a
yeah, but
side a side
you're
kick, a side gig.
but definitely one of the things, where you maybe you become a grief counselor, or coach, uh things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
An
I
advisor. Yeah, I can see that because I just got the two of pentacles. Yeah. And that's about the physical, and I can see you trying to be the one to help make the decisions, help make the choices, being that, like he was saying, being that advisor, being that coach.
exactly. Well, thanks everybody for being here.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you, Dax.
thank you. We're gonna take off now. Hang on just a second. And again, we'll be back on Saturday doing this all over again. If you're a member, join us on the Zoom. If you're not a member yet, there's time before Saturday to become a member. Don't forget that Memorial Day sale. It'll be good through the weekend till June. So,
Good. Yay.
bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.